Hello, this is Jabberwocky here with the Guardian Legend. Basically, this is my first Let's Play, but I'm really excited. This is more done in an experimental value, if anything, just to see. I thought it'd be interesting to do a game that I really don't think has been done justice. I think it's a great game. I don't think a lot of people know about it though. And so this adventure, this Let's Play, will base around, my journey through the game, right? And, my commentary, if I need to come up with any. Just one little note, this game, or me doing this game again, was in response to the game being at the top of Mike Matei from, AVGN and Cinemassacre. His number one overlooked game, NES game, right? So people really like it. It's definitely one of my most favorite games, just because of the nostalgia factor, that it being almost the first game I've ever played. With more haste, let's get on with the game. That's just a demo, so the game is centered around the planet Naju, and basically you're a savior, basically trying to blow up the planet before it invades Earth, I think, or at least that's what I remember. The mechanics it's basically split up into two discrete mechanics, two discrete types of gameplay. The corridor space shooter, which is what I'm playing right now, that really focuses on like a Gradius style gameplay. And then the other gameplay is more or less, quite simply, The Legend of Zelda with the gun. So it feels like Metroid, and it feels like Zelda, and it feels like a bunch of other games actually just thrown into a blender. And so maybe that's why it has been underlooked for the longest time, because it really wasn't that innovative, I guess. But that still doesn't mean that it's a fun game to play. So I mean, that's my personal choice for why I liked it so much. And it's just that I was introduced to it when I was like 5 years old. I think this is the game that my dad tended to own at. And oh crap, I'm getting my ass handed to me. Hold on. Come on. Please. Not now. Don't die right now. Okay, so at the end of each, corridor, right? This is the main corridor of the game because we're entering the planet right now. You face a boss, and you destroy the boss, and then you pass the course, basically. So basically, there's also special weapons in the game, and really a lot of the game focuses on the use of special weapons. And we'll see that in a sec. Once we get to the main overworld, you'll get to experience that before your eyes. It should be pretty fun. So I feel like I introduced the game enough so far. I may have rambled on, or may have skipped past a little bit of it, but we'll go on as we iterate through the game. So, it's actually a really cool trick. Your points are in the corner, as you can see. There's also a lot of other information. The X11Y12 is kind of pointless right now, but it'll come into play soon. But the reason I'm just stalling like this, or at least why I could stall, is that you can actually shoot the bullets as they come, and then you can get more points, and points will add towards more health, right? Equivalent to getting a heartbeat from Zelda. So, and that's your life bar in the corner where it says 8, both enumerated and shown graphically for your pleasure. Let me just beat this guy. Oh, and I actually just got an upgrade, so to 9 hearts because I accumulated some points right there. I'll tend not to do that later on, so I don't, load the game and make it really easy for me later in the game. This game it's challenging. It's definitely challenging in parts, I'd say, but... Alright, anyways. So, I just arrived, and I'm briefed by the computer, basically. that basically tells you what happened to Naju, right? And this is really the beginning of the Zelda-like experience, right? You're on, the overworld, right? And you actually have a map exactly almost like Zelda, where you just know your absolute position and position and grid, and most NES games did that, at least in that format, just because you can't really add much more detail to it since each space just represents an address in memory. Anyways, we'll explore. This is the main corridor of the game, right? What's shown on my map right now. It's basically the center of the world, right? The Hyrule field of this game. It actually kind of looks like it, believe it or not. And then we'll explore each of the lands. There's a desert land, there's a human body land, a forest land, right? And the first one is actually the ocean land. So we'll go explore that in a sec, but each area is locked until you get the key for it. So, and then the whole area will end up showing in your map in a lot of the black that you see that's around the main map. But that's enough rambling. So let's just actually play the damn game. And then each of these videos will try to last around 10 minutes. But I'll probably definitely go over that. And then it's ordinary Let's Play, in an ordinary Let's Play style. This is just basically the main area. I'm just going to do a lap around the main area and show all the places. W stands for West, in this case. And to explain all the stuff at the bottom, you have your score first, and then in this bottom. Okay, so what I just got was what's called a red lander, I think, and it basically ups your chip count, right? It went up from 50 to 100. It's your maximum chip count, and chips are basically your units for level of firepower and how much you have at your disposal for using a special weapons, right? And I'll actually get one of my first special weapons up here. This thing, whatever it is. Hold on. And then I just got a chip upgrade. Okay. So, this is a special weapon. I can actually go equip it here. I'm in no use mode, but and then equip it, and then now I can fire it with the A button. And so it's basically, it's the simplest special weapon in the game. I think it's just a forward, bigger shot. A lot of the special weapons in the game are much more creative than this, and you'll see that. One thing to recognize, though, is that when your chip count decreases, it affects your main firepower. It will weaken it over time. So, you have to ask yourself, do you want to use a special weapon, right? Knowing that it will decrease your main firepower over time. And that's actually a question that you have to address to yourself while in the game, believe it or not. Alright, going back to the UI at the bottom of the screen, we have, hey, it's north now. Okay, so the rest of it and the stuff on the side is basically special power again. What's at the bottom is relating to your position on the map, right? So X and Y coordinates based upon grid size, which is actually really important, good to know, and is useful, believe it or not. Just doing a lap, just trying to pick up a lot of special weapons and whatnot, getting a better score. If I decide to want to keep on doing Let's Plays, then I'll probably try to choose games that are more widely known. I chose this game because I think it should be more widely known, believe it or not. And I really agree with Mike LaFay's opinion. I've always actually thought of that too, is that, I've been trying to tell all my friends about this game, and they're like, even people who, I introduced the game to and weren't familiar with the Nintendo, the NES, they really liked me. They've actually helped me beat it, believe it or not. But that's more childhood stuff, so it's a great game. I definitely recommend picking it up when you can. It's actually pretty abundant, so you shouldn't have any trouble finding it. And of course, I say abundant and I say all that stuff, but you know, just get an emulator. Speaking of that, this is not played on an emulator. This is played with video capture cards, so no save states, no nothing. I decided I just wanted to do the... It's more or less for my own benefit. I just wanted to play it on my Nintendo again, so... That's really around 10 minutes right now, so we'll cut the first video right around here. I'll see you guys for part 2 on this series, and of, you know, our adventures through the Guardian Legend. Please send me feedback on this, and I'll look forward to it. Thanks again, guys.